Recently, MELODIES ebusioni baako bi a oye adwuma wɔ embassy ɛwɔ America. Ɔfrɛ me na ne yɛdi nkɔmmɔ yɛ kasa. Na ɔka nsɛm bi sɛ especially ɛwɔ America wohwɛ edimbɔne a Ghanafoɔ ɛhyɛ ase sɛ yɛgye ɛwɔ America hɔ a ɛnya adepa. Na nini nejina nansen FBI for eba Ghana. Ni yese Ghana for bi ya chiomu romance scam. And yese events hajia for real ya chine ni edinatum se wakwa ko bunkrofo bi. And yese yaba extradition and so on and so forth. Say osha stories are ekoswa. It is not going well for this country. And it is giving us a bad name. Na saying me the bremo say FBI for ankasa on my website and on my social media page. Omo de ato ho. Say wo mo abagana ha aba beche mbrantie bi a nanka Ghana for yeni mo say sam mbrantie we de mo yesikafo. In fact ba ko de Shatawale ne godfather. I fe ni Kofi Boat. A Shatawale e de na bon nyum sa. Na nini na ne say yes $100 million scam. Very, very young guys in their 35, 36 and the likes. And ye de assembly at womoso. Answer na ye beba bechi omono. Ni ababechi a branch means no per se or stand as MP on the ticket of MPP. Ononso ya babechi ne denako. Dada Ju. Na ye tete say FBI for say more is to come. Ghana ha. Now let's read the full details of operations no? And then the alleged crimes are yesi Kofi Boat and then two others no. And no hunti ye extradite omo a yedi omo akwa America. Yenkin kan. Na me will futu ema the young guys because in there send ya Ghana ababedru no. Listen, I am going to oh dear, me will futu ema the young guys, right? Don't worry. I'll say the Federal Bureau of Investigation, FBI, a United States Department of Justice, announced the extradition of 3 Ghanaians, Isaac Odro Boateng, Kofi Boat, Inusa Ahmed Pascal, and Derek Van Yeboah, alleged to be the kingpins of a notorious scam gang, the Enterprise. The near company na omo edebo krono no. Edinya omo de ato company ni din the Enterprise. According to a statement issued by the FBI and the Department of Justice, Kofi Boat, Pascal, Van, and one other suspect who is at large, Patrick Kwame Asare Boga, were part of high-ranking members of a criminal organization based in Ghana that committed romance scams and business email compromises against individuals and businesses located across the US, stealing and laundering more than $100 million from the victims. Now, what share senya na yese omo londa sikana enya sem ketwa ni yakase laundering of money and nini na ne se unim se sika wenya no eye krono sika na so bank bi ani ho a obepene se sa krono sika na beba beto bank account mu tie ya de omo ye ne se wo mo londa money no, right? And Ghana has say some of them how they launder money and they said they use their girlfriends into her social media. Some of the young girls are on more social media. Eya no mo display cars ni nyama no. Most of the actresses and the actors ni nyama na eya na ye yusu omo e de launder. Nti bi obeto car fefefe bi no de ama musician bi na musician ne de nam na oklemi se kan ne ye ne dia. Ana so obeto e dan bi ana se obema ne girlfriend bi influencer bi ebie shop. Yeni nim say influencer bi ba Ghana nansen ya onye sika we nanso we bie shop ewo East Legon. Inti sa shop no bie nim say influencer na dia wo si wo person oton wo shop we mu no. In a day onya one customer mpo. Nanso influencer no every month o si o make sika mostly no enkrofo na ehia ase. Inti they launder money with the shop. Na man nkrofo ati ase say wo sa shop no e na ma influencer na nye sika. Nanso say and then they find the money laundering. Yeah, better also. Me say me we futu Emma every young person listening to me. You see, ye pre-sika sika de ya depa ye beto aso na obeti ase de make no mesre at this point I was say me dey asem with him wa wutie me no you know your condition wefu ashase ayekese unim se nyesa na wefu te wefu na ashase ayekese especially we be ma unim condition complications are ede breo ewo obema yomu mesrao mbese ye be kasa ma na du ekiri doctors amayati ase say efu kese ade ede nam eye stroke diabetes type 2 cancer akomayare nini na efu kese na die ntia doctors no kasa etia no at the end of this video metretrim na die make ni na ne say mesrao obi obeka tro say o ma wedru na ma wefu ate no odi usika keke me a me meti hei na mefu so enne mefu abafom na die me ye no matro ewo book mu bro ni see wo pese dada bibini a fa hye book mu ma ye masa de ne nye no kware so wo ka me say book no ntumi nkenkan ya ma ye ni twi version a no eye video a me tri book na se wo twi mu nti no obeti ase so wo see wo book no onya mre twi version ne kra na wadodo a mesrel ma ye audio book obetumi eti ni te say nwom ewo wasum se ni na echi wo say o screen no eye too bright ma wonti no umpe e-book no self book no be ba o phone so mesrel hard copy of the book you can get it link na comment box mo click here all the 4 options no wo de open na we choose mobile money unless the hard copy there no ban kan ni na ye mobile money utie me na wefu eso ana utie me na obese reduce the size of your belly utie me na washa see again ni fat na obese o reduce ya mesrel it is the WWE method. I discovered that method and I've written a book about it. It is in the comment box. Get the book. Now, now see details of proceedings in court and the indictment document shared by the Attorney General's office of the Southern District of New York gave an insight into the alleged crimes committed by the 4 Ghanaians. The crimes they have been charged with. Also, the Attorney General's office indicated that the 4 men had been charged with the following crimes. 1 count of wire fraud conspiracy, which carries a maximum sentence of 20 years in prison. One of the charges are diabomo. Diagra would them 20 years. 1 count of wire fraud, which carries a maximum sentence of 20 years in prison. Another charge. Udiagra also 20 years. 1 count of money laundering conspiracy, which carries a maximum sentence of 20 years in prison. So if your charges are diabomo na, say ye find your money na guilty a wo mudiagra be dem be 100 years. We just almost as some more kasao. So wensu yebi. So mo ana wo mo nso ka ho wo Ghana ha se no. Eno nti na ndey aba be chi omu na because nkrofo susu say nipa kra ye din kan chi no eye hajia for real. Na hajia for real ye chi no embra na nke wo se odem no wan dem sambre no odemu 1 year pe. Na obi anim say obi di bone ne ye chi no for romance scam no kodem for a short period and atwe say wakasa. It allegedly no nkrofo nsem mo kan say hajia for real na wakasa ena ma mpanifo na ya ba be chi omu allegedly. Because they say ye New York for na eno mo so aba be chi omu. Nti omo nso ya chi omo nsempanyimfo bi wo baabi a omo nso sha ase so omo kasa e bia ye beti yes ne so amomo. But what people should know is say if the FBI is coming after you 99% of the chance 99% of the times no eya no mu win your cases because answer na FBI beba so obecho no we make sure say we nya evidence a ebro bibia so say ode ba becho. Into Oko America, on Mekato says FBI eba after wope, you are cooked because they have evidence. They don't just wake up. Into 99% of omu cases no moving. This is serious. Here, let me advise the Ghanaian youth. If I say we are Ghanaian na wutie me. Na you are just 20 years. I'm going to show you something. So we are going to now tell me now you are just 20 years old, right? Maybe true, baby. Nkrofo we enye advert na me ya mo dear, but I just want to show you something. If you are listening to me and you are Ghanaian and you are 20 years old, okay, please, in your 20s, right? I'm going to show you something. If you are in your 20s, let's say you are 20 years old and you want to retire as a rich person, you want to retire as a millionaire, right? Open retire as a millionaire, now you're 20 years older. I'm just going to show you what you should do, and then you see what I'm talking about. There is something called the power of compound interest, right? The power of compound interest. Now, there is a book, and the title of the book is The Simplest Path to Wealth. Let me show you that book. Maybe The Simplest, it's by J. Collins. The Simple Path to Wealth. J. Collins. Book nini. Now, book no, any. Let me show you the cover of the book. Book na semwa what can I say? We are see we. A coin bi wo ho a obia betumi afa so anipa ko no obeba be dane sikani. It is the most simplest way. All you need is time. Na se book nini. Na se wunya mre na udiswa obeda dane sikani. Nti ni kwan se okokọ pre ho se wo koye fraud na ma waba benya sika. Unim se wa wotie me uye 20 years old. Uye 20 years old. Call company way. Go to this company. And then utie me and you are in your 20s and you are watching me do this. You know, aside everything else, yeah, me in Melodies. Recently, Melodies ebusiani bi frame me. Oh, Melodies me osika say me ko jibusian say me ko yese na hina menya investment be na menya hina me fa sika nhye menya sika na me di na me ye wei. And me try ne said abi ko ha na ko yese na fa osika ne hye ha every month biano fa say to ha after 5 years sika obenya ni yo hwani na chele ne ni age. Listen, utie me na we the 20 years go to this company. You're from Access Pensions. You're from Access the pension. Now, on my number na that screen, I don't know I'm not doing and you say be me advert because I know them dabi. It is a financial decision be wa utie me no utake bebo. Na se utie me mpo na bia oba na afiansa wa oba na you can do this for obano. Call company where I from the Access Pensions. Access Pension. Omo Ghana ha. They are the biggest tier 3, tier 2, tier 3. They have the largest market share, right, of pension. I stand to be quoted, but they have one of the largest market shares of tier 2 pensions in Ghana. Into omo legit. Now, of course, our company where from Access Pensions now. Now we the 20 years at here. Catch omo say. O pese wo ye ade a ye frɛ no direct debit. Na mo o bank account number. Na katro mo say at the end of every month biano, o monte 100 cedis pe in free wo account mo. Na wo mo invest ma. Into all you do ne say boso me ko na wie ya, ye bete 100 cedis. Boso me ko na wie ya, o bank account ye bete 100 cedis e free sa 100 cedis ye bete e free mu sa. Forget about it. Ma enkoso na make sure say sa our bank account no moti sika ne free no every month bia at least to benya 100 cedis ewo bank account no no monte and you are doing free. So by the time I will be 60 years nkrofu beba bebo opunu mu say kokoko nkrofu say from 20 years to 60 years wadodo bisa Melodies ebusuan for Ghana for bebro mutie mi endo mo di 60 maybe so mo make I say me dey na enrich ya na me di 20 o me hu say 20 to 60 ewa mo amutie mi no munim Mo amutie me di 60 years no, you know. Sa se mo making ye no kware. 20 to 60, we think it is far. Ebeba sisia. Company we are making. Okay, me say every month mo monte 100 cedis. Who di 60 years ah? O meba bebo opunu mu. Say, hey, every month 100 cedis na yeti free usike mu no. Ye de usike ni na ama. On baby say and I will baby so mo say me sika mo de ma me no sika na esen. Say 100 cedis pe na me tias. We sika de endorse. On me catch say, oh, usika ye de ma no close to 6 million Ghana cedis. U baby we no say, hey, 100 cedis pe na me tia every month no. And there, me di 60 years no me nya 6 million. On me ka say yes. Eba ne saying, o contribution o contribute here from 20 years to 60 years no, e just 48,000 cedis so. So 100 cedis na omo te no. E just 48,000 cedis. Into who the 100 cedis no to bank mu, na every month to the to bank mu by the age I obedi 60 no, and 48,000 cedis pe na obenya. But because of the man crofo we ye free BB in investment to be able to catch, there is something called the compound interest, the power of compound interest in T. So 48,000 cedis now the man crofo no, and there on one than no man than 5 million Ghana cedis and 6 million Ghana cedis amount. Now they wait the 20 years now say, oh, that be 100 cedis, no, you too much. Sorry, you too small amount. Into the 200 cedis and a betum na ope say the 60 years omodi sikane brewa. By 60 years, sikom de brewa ye 11 million. 11 million. But ebia na we the 30 years. Ebia na at the end of every single month no. At the end of every single month, sika unya no de obe to me de ebia 1,000 cedis. Unu we the 30 years. Obe to me the 1,000 cedis atum every month because ejuma we ye no ebia unya 5,000 cedis. And now 3,000 cedis, but all sacrifice it. Say in the next 30 years, no, all the 1,000 cedis say to encrofo we ho. Na me pese me ye calculation no. Na obiati asiye. So the way I'm making, me say book na me de trail no, the simplest or the simple path to wealth. That is all they are all going to tell you. And no, yemfa ne say bibia nkwa ma won't have a financial plan bia, but all train say. Oko retirement obeda ni sikeni ene ye the most simple. But same way making ebi kra na Nyankopon be ye wadom in your age 30 no contract bi be payama ama wa ba beda ni sikeni kra more. But still say sika na etwen say odi 60 years. Let me show you. If you are 30 years and you can afford to put 1,000 cedis every month. By the time Uber retire at age 60 no, in Grofo we ebema 10.5 million Ghana cedis. Ebe say 30 years wow. Ebe say 30 years ewa. But what would tell me a 30 years no? Buweni hwechi na kaya mra na uswa. Ubeka say na se na nsenya na me yakola and then me ba be di 30 years. The next 30 years no sanso na be. If you can afford 1,000 cedis every month and you are 30 years today, by the time I will be 60 no, 10 million. But send America no, when put there a your background. Yemfa ne say wempo no. E ya de bia de ato echi. But ebia abrabo a wo komu wo koso no, nshire bi be piem. Amen kra wa dani sikeni early. But still sika we twen by the time I will be 60 years. Nkrofo call retirement a wo muso no de wo call retirement na we ni age because 10 million Ghana cedis be da homa. So 1,000 cedis no de to ho every month. Ka obenya 361,000 Ghana cedis. But odema nkrofo we e ka tro mo say every month o monte 1,000 cedis no. O call retirement a obenya 10.5 million. Oye Ghana ni na wotie me na wo abrochi a mesrel. Call these people. If you have a bank account running in Ghana, friend Crofui on my number na that screen is so 030-273-8555. They don't know me. Omu ni me, omu nsoma me. But call them. Na katro mo say, "Oh, you Ghana ni wa broche." But you have a bank account, and then you want a direct debit. Enroll you online, so you do online KYC, and then you register, and tell them every month sika womontin for your bank account. Mo Ghana for mo abrochi mo at least $1 ne boamo. So if you can afford, if you are 30 years today, and you can even afford to be doing 2,000 cedis, you are 30 years today, and you can afford to be doing 2,000 cedis. Unim say that be a yedien kra obeba o my Ghana. By the time I call retirement, say wo ba Ghana no, na 21 million Ghana cedis be the home. How many 60 years old for ne wa Ghana in there or more 21 million Ghana cedis? But you Ghana ni 30 years awa brochu $200 every month. I am sure, I don't know your finances, but I am sure say you can spare some $200 every month to be putting down and be hoping say in the next 30 years no sika ebeba no. So if these people omotse sa $200 no nkrofo bebre omo tie me obi nkrofo bebre we know but we all know ourselves. Unim say every month sika wo de tonsa ana sika wo de ton nyama ehu hia kra no ebro sa $200 no sika wo seni ama nkrofo mo ye boni ayefo wo Ghana wo mumbu kra no ebro sa $200 sika wo de seni fie so mo fanya investment be ma every month ebro $200. We are 30 years old. If you are able, you can be able to put $200. You can be able to tell these people. If you are able to tell them, say every month $200, which is 2,000 cedis. Omuntin to amount. Obe retire say wo ba Ghana. That time na the 60. By the time I the 60 no, now one ma probably ebimo edi 20. Umma ebimo enyin on their own. 21 million Ghana cedis say twen wo Ghana. Me say nkrofo kwa retirement say ba Ghana besu no de wo ba Ghana ba beji weni because 21 million ka be na opa untumi nto. E dan be na opa wo Ghana untumi nto. Trasa ko dan yesen 21 million. So that is it is the most effective way. I will be a wonye sikenimpo. So betumi enya 100 cedis krana. By the time obedi 60 years no, obeda ni millionaire. As I'm saying, how many people, how many retirees are Ghana and there? How many people are mwedi 60 years Ghana and there? They can boast of having 1 million Ghana cedis in their bank account. How many people? Minya sure say obenya nkrofo 1% impo. Minya sure say 2% impo obenya. With this 60 years and there, or say me 1 million Ghana cedis on my bank account. Inti no every month udi sikane to ho, every month sikane nko, every month sikane nko. Omunfanya investment ma eko na ye investment. And there wo hu ne say will be and ye o twini ka o ye we ya. You have a plan. Unim say we eyembre media beba sisia. Guess what? If you are able to do 100 CDC and 100 CDC I can say with the 20 years every month fatu hono, we are assuming say from age 20 no you are not going to have any improvement in your life. We are assuming say wokrano bibian farm sika wunya ne no na obenya, and we all know say enya sanity because once you are moving on in life no na ejuma wo ye kra no uko wenim na wo sika nso ye den eko nenim, but we kra no ye assuming say wunya bibia osika na unya at age 20 no eno na obenya to say we di 60 obi anim say enya sanity because uko wenim no obesua ade uko wenim ne ye be promote we dwumem uko wenim ne ye be to sikem. It is a sa sikaya ye ken 20 million ni se hope say cost roa time bia ye betu sika bia mu no say ye 100 cedis now de to wa onso tum for 200 tum se usika ne be konenim ti sa 20 million ni kra no wo de we di 30 years and the ejuma position awenya no you are able to spare $200. Banyame adum wako school enya certificate ya promote we ejumem amende esike bia woje no ya double no Into $200 now wunya no. Instead of $200 I would to no, or the $400 and then there air to $400 and now there to so the $400 air to more. Usi can be 2 ako 40 million. Pure way simple. You don't need to stress yourself. It is the simplest way to become rich. I am ready. But you see, didida a yesin didi prekun. Me assure says ye ka send ye amount 10 million Ghana cedis. That's how 10 million Ghana cedis ye catch say in the next 1 year you could show the what to mfiase for 50 years. And now say train ye amount 10 million Ghana cedis nende, but would di 50 years and 60 years ye amount 40 million Ghana cedis. And kadi na obeje. Unche ma 60 years no. Supposing say 60 years, 50 years na ye kan kra no. Nyankopon adom obenyi ache edusa level no. Na se utie mi na o kan say eh na 60 years there ebia na ekokoduru na wewu. Se utie mi na o kasa asem ne dia. It tells of your mentality. Se wa utie mi if in your head you think that you will die before 60 years, then it even speaks of your mentality. Se wu ni adwen pakra ma ho obesi den di ye. But this is the way. Gachibi ukoko wukra na eye ejapade ma webusuafo. But this is the way, Mr. Remo. It is men can say it is the entire way, right? You see, I for people who know me and for people who follow my other channels, you know that when it comes to finances, I really like finances, especially in the Ghanaian scene, right? I really like finances. And MELODIES ebusi ni bikra ba ko katre me say menya na intro book finances, sa finances ni sense way ho. And I'm going to say, hey, nyankopon ne yitre na because it's one of my plans to do so. But I really like finances and all that, and how you can set things up so that chibino bibia be okay amount. And this is one of the ways. If person be investing bibi krana, this is one of the ways you can just relax and then be doing this, and then you'll be okay. Don't try and your comment box anymore. And the Ghana for bebre. Yari a ekuyen, stroke, diabetes, cancer, heart disease. Na sa yari we ni na no. The underlying factor adia wo broni friend visceral fat. Now her screen is so we doctor website. Now what trust visceral fat. Visceral fat wraps around your organs, creating inflammation and interfering with organ function. This fat causes a big belly. Now one thing about visceral fat and it's engrofo bebrebe oh yebenu me bibidru ebema yefu atwe yebenu medru ebema mefu atwe visceral fat no oboa obi obeka dozo we dro bia obenum na wefu atwe no oboa because belly fat no edro bia ni ho ebetumi amana akofom. You only lose belly fat when you decide to lose weight. Na me meti he me obi a na first me obi belly fat no na me obi visceral fat no na me obi ende mini ohwa mefu atwe na enyama me ye no method bi a me friend no the WWE method. Me dia throw book no comment box ni mo. So open book ni bi ato a eno ane se wa click comment box ni mo na tre se what to book no. And na screen so book ni din your action plan for weight loss. Na wa click na wa pe book no ato. Ye kan eduro duane a yedi. Obi a wobeka tro so ye pedro ebema yefu atwe bia no me se oboa mesrew edro ye duane ebedi nti metre we duane obedi ni na wo book nim ene nyama e wo se wo ye nti no get the book and then live healthy.